G'day folks, welcome back to Dune Awakening. Hope you guys are doing well. We're very close to getting like sunstroke or something like that here. So let me just come back into the house, which is something that we managed to build obviously in the very first episode. But we haven't exactly cleared all of the tutorial aspects just yet. So we're going to continue along the tutorial and just making sure that we learn about the mechanics of the game. So we'll get through all of the tutorial objectives in hopefully this one, and then we'll move on from there. So we do need to construct or interact with a small storage container. So let's see if we can try and figure out how to get that, and then we sort of move forward from there. So this is a recycler, a Cutaway Mark 1. So I guess that's, yeah, okay. This one's an improvised one. We've got a power pack, iron products, steel products, copper products. So we've got copper that we've been gathering in the previous episode. We've got a Solido replicator. I'm looking for storage. Glow tube. Interesting. Right, so after looking through all of the research, I didn't really find where our storage container might be. In fact, it's actually something that you access from the build tool itself. So yeah, we've got storage right here, but there's like an actual storage section as well. So my assumption is that eventually you might get, you know, additional storage types. This is probably just going to be a really basic container, able to hold a few things, and just as well because I've got a lot of stuff on me, and as you can see here, there's a bit of a weight system, but also there are, I guess, limited types of things that you can hold, at least for the moment, until we might get like a better backpack. I actually do have maybe the Solari required to upgrade our backpack, but let's not rush into that. We might need the Solari for something else. So let's exit out of that and let's check this thing out, and maybe stash a bunch of stuff in there. I guess we've got a volume meter there as well, so we, you know, probably need to be careful on that front as well. Let's deposit our previous clothing set. We don't need that. So we've got metal, got granite, which I want to hang on to for the moment because I have a feeling we might actually need some of that. We've got more metal. Can I split some of this stuff? Yes, I can. Okay, so what I might do is just do like 100 metal on us, and then we'll store the rest. And the fuel cells, don't really know what we need to use the fuel cells for just yet. It looks like you might be able to expand your storage container here as well with Solari, which is kind of interesting. And then we've got a small vehicle fuel cell. We do need the darts, so we'll keep those darts with us. And the copper ores. So let's hang on to that just for the moment, because we might need to continue crafting a little bit more. Construct or interact with a fuel-powered generator. Okay, so fuel-powered generator. Let's see, we've got utilities, sub-thief console, which we already have. We've got a fuel-powered generator. Apparently this is blocked. I wonder if I have to put it in the base or if I can put it outside of the base. But anyway, we're all just experimenting for now, so let's just place that down, and then we'll interact with that. Oh, hang on. No, that's not what I wanted to do. We do need to fill this. There we go. I don't know what that needed, actually. Okay, it's just metals, apparently. Okay, so fuel-powered generator, no power, and we can manage it. Quick deposit. Let me just see what quick deposit does. Doesn't do anything. Fuel-powered generator. We've got fuel cells here. And I guess that's taking the fuel cells from our storage, maybe?
The sub-thief console comes with an automatic shield system that will keep your base safe from the sandstorms. Just keep the generator fueled, or the storms will tear at your walls. And it goes without saying, don't build on open sand. Seal your base, off-worlder. Maintain good water discipline, and it will keep you alive. You've done well licking flowers and sucking sap, but you need a consistent source of water. And the best source out here is blood. Extract it, store it, refine it, and drink it. Raw if you're really desperate. And don't mind throwing up. Actually, don't drink it. Unless you really have to.
Okay, so I guess maybe we have the option to drink raw blood if we really, really want to. Research the basic exsanguination kit. Yes, let's do that. So, here we go. So we'll research that. So we'll get the... whatever that gun is to extract the blood. And then... I guess this might be a blood pouch or something. So... bundle contains small blood sac and the blood extractor. Okay, so let's craft one then. So blood extractor, and I suppose we're going to need a small blood pack as well. So let's do that. Maybe I should do a few of these blood packs. What do we need for that? Plant fibers and metals. Okay. We are running a little low on plant fibers though, so probably need to get a few more. And I suppose maybe we're going to try and kill some scavengers and extract some blood. That's my guess. 1,000 milliliters of blood from corpses using an improvised blood extractor. Okay, cool. So we've already got the improvised blood extractor there in the hotbar. Permissions are managed via Sub-Thief console. Add players to the permission list and assign the permission level. Set access level on interactables, doors, machines. Players can only use an object if their permission meets or exceeds the required access level. Okay, cool. So you can basically, like if you're playing with friends, give access to your friends and stuff. Scavenger camps and other locations appear on the map. Yeah, we have actually jumped the gun on the map there because we did take a look at that in the previous episode. But yeah, there should be a few camps here and there for us to try and hit. I don't know what the difference is between some of these lighter colored ones and the grayed out ones. But we'll head in that direction to see if we can try and get some blood. And yeah, in terms of our home, obviously this is super basic, just for learning purposes. I think we're definitely going to move and build a bigger base eventually. Alright, off we go. I did spend a little bit of time between episodes just gathering more metal and granite, guys, so if you notice that I have a little bit more than before. And I think there is a way for us to stealth in this game. So you can, you know, try and get in without alerting enemies too much. But yeah, so one dead guy. Let's try and loot. And of course we are going to take the blood. Okay, so does that give me 1,000 milliliters rather, at once? Perhaps it does. Definitely need fuel cells, and we need to continue gathering some metals and all that sort of stuff, so all this stuff is very exciting. Let's grab all of that. More Solari. I'm getting a little bit thirsty. So we need to research a blood purifier, apparently. So we'll do that. And then we need to construct... Oh, the stash. Oh, look at that. Oh, we got enemies here.
Identify yourself.
Don't mind me. I'm just here for your stuff. Can we do some melee combat? Yes, we can. Alright, cool. We may as well extract more blood here. So we'll have plenty to drink, hopefully, after having extracted all of this blood. Okay, we've got 3, like, red bars there. So one blood sac can take up to 3,000 milliliters. That's good to know. Didn't I craft 2, though? So, that's curious. I feel like there should be one more. Yeah. Okay. So we've got a second one, just in case we run into anyone else that we want to, you know, get blood from.
I got hold of a working buggy. Don't know how much longer it'll hold together, but while it does, we can use it to pick up some of the bigger pieces out in the sands. We'll take it all back to Solgren's cave and stash anything we think we can use there. Then we can cut it up at our leisure, away from the sun and the worms.
Okay. Talk about some kind of a buggy or whatever. Interesting. I am getting a little thirsty here, so I am going to head back and just, you know, head back to our base. I need some dew, so we'll grab that. Keep us hydrated for the time being. Right, so let's do the research first. So we need the purifier. Let's get that done. And let's actually construct the purifier. So I assume we just go into here. I think this is the purifier. Yes, it is. So I'll put it in this corner. Look, we don't have a lot of space going on in here, do we? Maybe I shot myself in the foot. Maybe I'm going to need to expand just a little bit. How are we doing inventory-wise? Okay, getting a little heavy. Maybe I can place down a few things here, but let's come back to that. So, let's fill this. Okay. And deposit blood into the purifier, so... let's use... and I guess I just chuck this in. Deposit blood.
You're probably feeling it by now, Offworlder. Spice. It's everywhere on Arrakis. The air, the sand, the blood. It prolongs life, expands consciousness, and triggers some very vivid dreams.
Okay. So, what the hell is going on?
Observe this valley, sacred to the Ikhwan Bedouin. Here, Wally faced the trials of Aku, proving their knowledge of the Fremen ways. Find the Fremen, she said. Seven tests. 7 steps. Set your feet. Follow the uncertain path. Keep moving. The only true death is stagnation.
Alright, someone's getting a little high. You've experienced a spice dream. On awakening, you are protected from harm for a short time. Move to continue your journey. Okay. So I guess those spice dreams will happen every now and then. The first question, follow your inner sight to the first trial. Your inner sight has revealed a path. Follow it to the first trial of Akul. The inner sight marker will help you find your way to the next chapter of your story. Okay, cool. So I suppose maybe I just need to follow... I think it might be in that direction, just past where we've built our home there. Yeah. So we will follow along at some point, but I am just looking at what we have here in terms of water. Okay, so we can extract water, but how do we contain that water? Or perhaps maybe I can only extract water once it reaches like one of these notches. That could be the case, right? So I suppose I should deposit all of the blood that I have. And then I can drink directly from here, apparently. So I might do that. Feel refreshed. Can I drink again? Okay, I don't really have a lot of water to drink right now, so I really need to be gathering some blood. Quite a bit of it. So what I might do is... Oh, okay, sorry, my bad, guys. I thought that was the exact cost that we needed to expand things, but I'm mistaken. So the backpack... I guess we might need a different type of backpack or craft a different backpack to get more access to more, you know, segments, but also more volume as well. Is there a way to... Okay, you can sort stuff by volume, for instance. So if you're focused on trying to get rid of as much weight as possible. So what I'm gonna do is, I think I'm gonna drop copper just for the time being, because that seems pretty heavy. And we'll continue, you know, looking around. The fuel cells, I think we can just drop into the generator. Micro sandwich fabric. I think this is the stuff that we found from, like, cutting those moisture films. Let's drop that in there. So the blood sacs don't get consumed. We can just continue using them. EMF generator. Don't really know what that's for. Okay. Follow your inner sight to the first trial. Do we want to do that immediately, or do we prepare a little bit? I say we do a little bit of a base expansion before we do anything else, so let's go ahead and do a bit of that building. Yeah, just a little bit of extra space, which is what I wanted. Let's just quickly get rid of that. And I probably need a staircase. Inclines, maybe. Special. What are these? Okay, I think I'll just go with, like, inclines, though. Maybe this piece is going to do the trick for us. At least for now. Don't need to fuss too much of how the base looks exactly. I don't suppose there would be any form of terraforming to get rid of, like, soil and stuff, but that's probably not in the game, considering it's an MMO. Let's just take a look at our inventory situation here. So I think I'll hang on to most of this stuff. And we'll go out and we'll try and get some more blood. So we've got 40 minutes worth of shields, I guess. So we can deposit a little bit more. Yeah, I think that's correct. 40 minutes worth of shield time. Okay, so I'm gonna go out, see if I can extract a little bit more blood from different locations, and once we do that, I will drop all of that for filtration, obviously. Right. After exploring a little bit, we found this eastern safeway. I'm not entirely sure what we'll find in. Probably bandits, but... I really do need to remember to use some of my skills a little bit more. But yeah, we're here for blood, though. And perhaps maybe any other stuff that they might have, so we'll check it out. Okay, guys, so... check that out. Seems like there's maybe a camp there. But that might be a lot of salvage as well. I don't see anything marked over there, but perhaps maybe that's just simply because we haven't visited the area. I am a little bit concerned about trying to get across. Just hydrate very quickly. How are we doing for darts? We're still looking pretty good. I think we might be able to make it across. Hopefully there are no sandworms nearby. Yeah, okay. I don't know how dangerous, like, it is to stay out in the sand and how long we can stay out for. Sometimes you get the markers for the sandworms, sometimes you don't. I guess the sandworms are not ever present constantly. Oh, that's a bit of a shame that not all of this is salvage.
Identify yourself. Got them.
Give me that blood. And your fibers as well. May as well. Okay, we almost died from dehydration that time. Had the bright idea of trying to go around this way to try and get back to the base. I am still going to try and do that though, but just gotta be a bit more careful about how long we are in the sun. And I'm trying to look for more fuel cells as well. I believe like those boxes there, that's stuff that you can break down for some fuel cells, so we'll probably want to keep an eye out for these things.
Huh? Target found!
Wow, okay, that was, I was not expecting that takedown. Very cool. I don't know what I needed to do to trigger that, or if it just happened automatically. Wali Hole. Okay, I guess just another little outpost. Yeah, I also got to remember to use the dodges. And this knee kick, which we have access to. Grab everything, but most importantly, I want that blood. Okay, so I've got like 3 full blood bags worth of blood. I'm going to go back and we'll fill the refinery? The filtration system. Right. Home sweet home. Let's get all of this blood converted into water. We just deposit all. I wish there was a button just to deposit all the blood at once. And is there a way for us to bring water with us? So this is water discipline. We've got only these 2 schematics. I'm just gonna see if there's a way for us to bring water. So, use to drink its content, sip by sip, a Fremen item that can store water. Yeah, this looks good. But we need 19 intel for that, so I guess we're not really going to be able to get it right now. Water cistern. Okay. Well, at least we've got quite a bit of water in there. I'm happy about that. What I'm going to do is just transfer a few other bits and pieces here. I should be ready for our adventure to see if we can go to this first trial. Whatever it is. I may as well have some drinks here, because I can't really bring the water with me. I'm not sure if there's any penalty about going out at night. There are some games that obviously do that. Perhaps maybe there could be tougher enemies or something like that at night. Yet to be discovered. Yeah, all the way out there. There's a lot of desert to cover. Which does make me a little concerned because of sandworms, obviously. I don't want to load up our character too much with more stuff before we even get to our objective, so let's try and refrain. Okay, we're about to stumble across what appears to be a larger scavenger camp, so I might just roll through here, see what we can find, because it is very nearby the objective marker. Yeah, scavengers up top there. Nothing to salvage down here. Let me reposition. Get ourselves up top as well. Another pathway down there. So one thing that I'm not entirely sure of, actually, is whether or not there are, you know, obviously different enemy levels. It's not immediately distinguishable, you know, what enemies' levels are. Oh, goodness. I did not even see you. But I will take your blood. Yeah, I think that might be our objective up there. Or is it? Keyhole Rock. Could it be a friendly camp, maybe? Okay, we've just got a level up there. That's nice. Shield NPCs, yeah, okay. Slow blade. I guess we should deal with these guys first. There we go. I am almost dead though, so let's pull back a second. Heal up. Yes, come here. Okay, doesn't want to follow us. Smart move, I guess. Oh damn, forgot to reload. Let's dismiss that. Okay, look at all this blood. Let's extract. Do I even have space for even more blood? Yeah, I can grab like 4 more batches. So we may as well. Okay, so it's, I guess, just a bigger scavenger camp. Makes sense. Maybe higher tier loot, although I've just seen all the same stuff here. It hasn't been too exciting so far, loot-wise. Can take all of their fuel cells. Okay, need to go down that way. I do hear more enemies down this way though, so I don't know if it might be a good idea to just clear things. What the hell is this? Obtained intel. 3 intel. Nice. Okay, maybe we're getting pretty close to being able to research the stuff that we need. Damn. Nice. Oh god. Did not realize there was another one. Yeah. Okay, I need to try and use this other skill that we have. And speaking of skills, I do have skill points to use now, so I better check in on that. Do we even have space for more blood? Ah, yes, we do. One more. Thank you very much. Okay, let's go this way, towards the objective marker. Another sort of smaller scavenger camp here. Let's sneak up on this guy. I gotta read up on what that does for us, actually. Okay, I think that's the last batch of blood that we can extract, at least for now. Let's grab all of that. Let's take a look at our skills. So, blade damage. You've learned the difference between a cut and a slice, a point and an edge. You do more damage with bladed weapons. Yes, definitely take that. Or I could go into something else, but I did say we're going to be more melee focused, so I think that's quite important for us to get into. And yeah, let's just relook at this. So you enter a defensive stance. Okay, right. So this is something that I really want to be using whenever I'm closing the distance on enemies. Yeah, okay. Gotta try and remember that. Right, so let's move on further. Are we even in the right place, or do we need to be on top of the mountain, perhaps? Minha Cavern. Yeah, I get the feeling that I need to be up there, which I don't think it's going to be too difficult to get to. We should be able to maybe just climb our way up. Okay, I don't know if we'll have the stamina. Okay, let's just rest here for a second. Okay, maybe there could have been another way. Or, actually no, this is the cave entrance. Right. Well, let's find out what's going on inside then. Maybe I'm just gonna prepare a little bit before we waltz in there. And I just want more, like, bandages and stuff. There we go. What is this? Interact with the altar, then complete the first trial. Inhale the spice. Ah, here we go. Alright, I suppose maybe this is just focused on survival. Maybe we don't really need to be gathering stuff or exploring too much here.
Who is it that thinks? Ibn Kirtaiba. The weight of a kindly god is a fearful thing. Do you understand, Wally? Our God gave us the burning eyes of Allat and the words of the Kitab al-Ibar. Rest in black shade. Bila kaif.
Whoa. Okay, rest in black shade, meaning we better be hiding when this thing looks at us. Or opens its eyes. There we go. Yeah, okay, so there are multiple of these things. This is probably just going to test our stealth prowess.
When we began our wandering, we suffered until suffering was a thing we came to know within our souls. Arrakis is suffering. When we found it, we were home.
Bit choppy, this section, I have to say.
On Harmontep, we were made to suffer. Our children taken and made slaves. They denied us the Hajj. Never to forgive. Never to forget.
I don't know if this is like intentional or if my PC is struggling. Could be the latter. Alright, let's try our best. Trying to get through here. Yeah, okay, so I see the shadows. Whoops. Ow. No! Okay, at least they're generous in this section. There we go.
The weight of a kindly God is a fearful thing. Did not God give us the burning sun to defy? Suffering leads to defiance. And where does defiance lead?
Got a bit greedy there. Yeah, the pathway isn't immediately obvious.
Defiance leads to thought. Who is it that thinks? Those who suffer. Remember Harmon Thep. Bila Kaifa. Ibn Qirtaiba. Defiance leads to thought. Who is it that think? Those who suffer. Remember Harmontep. Bila Kaifa.
Sorry guys, I misclicked there. Alright, awaken.
Still there, Offworlder? Your signal drifted for a moment. No matter. A thought occurs. When the Sardaukar began their purge, many Fremen were slaughtered. The ones that were not abandoned their caves, leaving valuable resources behind. Valuable resources that just might contain the makings of a still suit. Take what you need. Their ghosts will not object.
Okay, so I guess we need to get ourselves to these moisture-sealed caves then. Which, you know, we have been running into a few here and there, so we definitely want to try and, you know, source some more. At least we managed to complete that very first trial, so I'm very happy about that. Let's just take a quick look at where some of these caves might be. Yeah, okay. So there are actually quite a few near our own home base, so we'll probably try to hit those up. Right guys, we are back home. So we probably do want to get straight onto building the still suit, or at least figuring out how to do that. Apparently we just need to salvage some metal for the moment. So why don't we just, I mean, easily complete that by just grabbing more metal. And we did sort of have the game tell us about these caves, right? So my assumption is that the micro sandwich fabrics might be what we need, but let's just take a look here. So we need to return to the base and drink water from the blood purifier. I mean, we've already learnt a little bit about that, so we may as well have a drink here. And I can probably deposit like as much blood as we can. And I'll just maximize our hydration level there. Research the fabricator, construct or interact with the fabricator. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So fabricators... oh, actually, no. We need to research the fabricator first. So... perfect. Alright, so... there it is. Can we place it maybe in this corner here? Looks like it. Just need a whole bunch of metals for that, but that's fine. And what can we do with this? Okay, so we can make stuff from the fabricator, it seems, so we don't have to craft things ourselves. But my assumption is eventually there are things that are going to be too complicated for us to build ourselves, and we would need the fabricator to help us with that. Like the still suits, for instance, I don't think we'll have the ability to actually just simply make that on our own. Schematic. Scavenger still suit. Do I need to research that first? Possibly. Fabricate or complete scavenger still suit. So it says that I can just simply craft these things from here, I think. But then... what's the point of doing the research in that case? Or perhaps maybe the research for the fabricator unlocked the scavenger still suit. Yeah, maybe. So we need to complete Echoes of the Past before we get access to a ore refinery. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and get the still suit going in that case. So we just need all parts, obviously. So we'll queue all of that up. So there's a little bit of waiting there. And in the meantime, we'll drop off all of the fuel cells that we have. Yeah, let's deposit everything. So we've got a little bit more time on the shields for our base. Yeah, it takes a while, doesn't it? So where do we grab all of the stuff? Yeah, so we've got all of these. So let's grab all of these. And just waiting on the main component. The bodysuit. And I wonder if there's a thing to do with durability. Possibly. So maybe we'll need to think about repairing the still suit at some point.
Impressive, Off-Worlder. Just remember, if you didn't connect the tubes between the calves and the thigh pads just right, you'll be drinking your own liquefied feces. And that does not count as hydration, by the way. I have good news, Off-Worlder. My leg has recovered enough that I will risk it to move forward. I know a place in your sector where we can meet. Craft a survey device so you can figure out how to get there and join me.
Okay. Let's learn about the still suit though. The still suit is a body enclosing garment that mitigates hydration loss by giving protection from the elements and filtering reclaimed waste water. So basically we can just press F to drink from the catch pocket. We have full hydration right now, though. But I suppose maybe... Yeah, okay, I can see a few additional bars on the left-hand side of the hydration meter. Maybe that indicates how much fluid we have available to drink. Perhaps. But let's take a look at the next things that we need to get done here. So, research the small ore refinery, construct or interact with the small ore refinery, and refine 12 copper ores. Can I build that outside, I wonder? It'd be nice if that was possible. I wonder if I can, like, protrude this out a little bit more. I don't know if that's possible. I'll just try to experiment a little bit. Yeah, it doesn't look like I will be able to lower it any further. Maybe we could build, like, additional stories, so we build upwards. Maybe. Alright, let's take a look at this ore refinery. So, firstly we'll need to research it though. Recycler. We can research this. Maybe. Oh no, it's still locked. We need 19 intel spent. Here, the ore refinery. Let's do it. Can we place it outside? I guess... Yeah, we do need something to support it, I guess, so... I'm gonna need some clearance. There. It is sort of in the way, though, of other stuff, isn't it? Okay, need to make some copper ingots. I don't really know how many we need, but... And then we do need to research the surveying kit as well. So, let's take a look at that. I may as well get this researched, the glow tubes. There could be a use for that. I suppose maybe we're still in tutorial mode and a lot of this stuff is just not available to us. Surveying kit. So, a couple of different items there. Fabricate a survey probe launcher. And fabricate a survey probe. Right. From the fabricator, I guess. So let's queue both of them up.
Did you get a probe made? Good. Static discharge from the sandstorms makes map data extremely unreliable on Arrakis. But if you can get it high enough, a handheld probe can gather enough local data to give you a snapshot of the region. Climb somewhere high and fire off the probe. Just don't let the Sardaukar spot you.
Okay, alright. Well, let's try and do that then. The problem that I have at the moment, though, it seems like I've got a whole bunch of stuff in my hotbar now, which I probably don't want. And I want to replace with the probe launcher instead. I think all of this stuff is still useful, though. So I want to try and get up that way. Let's launch this probe launcher, and yeah, I might call it an episode after that, I reckon. Oh, actually, this goes up a little higher. The issue that I have with, you know, climbing is getting back down and making sure that we can get back down without dying, obviously. Can hear that sandworm in the distance. Can I actually see it? It's off in that direction, but maybe behind some of those rocks. Do I want to climb to the very, very top? I could do that. But yeah, as I said before, getting back down is then going to be a problem for us. Maybe it might be a good chance for us to, you know, find out what happens when we die. But anyway, let's launch this thing. $111 meters. So when he says, don't let the Sardaukar see you, I guess maybe he's referring to those ships?
Very good. I'm going to the Griffin's Reach trade post. Come and find me there.
Okay.
Just remember to be careful crossing the sands. Move from rocky ground to rocky ground. Learn how far you can move on sand before the worm comes. And remember, look both ways before you cross the desert.
Alright. Yeah, we managed to get down alright. I suppose we can, you know, force ourselves into the climbing position. Whoop, there we go. Yeah, let's get back down. So I did see the ship there. I assume it's a Sardaukar ship. And I did see it turn to face towards us. I'm not sure what happens if they do sort of get here and, you know, we're, whoa, around to greet them. Suppose they'll try to kill us. And I don't know how much of a challenge that would be. Anyway, so there's going to be a trade post that we need to get to. And apparently you can find merchants for buying and selling, a contract board, employment opportunities, ornithopter pilots willing to transport you elsewhere. Nice, okay. Well, we'll have to check that out, but I reckon that's something that we're going to have to check out in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed this one, guys. Again, everything is very much a first look, and we're still trying to get through a lot of what the game has to teach to us. I appreciate you bearing with me. Thanks for watching. Drop that like if you enjoyed it. Stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.